organizing and interpreting data. How you can collect the data, how you can organize it, how you can interpret. Interpreting data means when you are telling that this is going to happen if this is going to continue. So first, data interpretation, result section you focus on. What can be the outcomes? So the result section is where you report the findings. The findings of the research should be arranged in a logical sequence without bias or interpretation. Here you are not saying, you will say this paper will discuss these things. You are not going to say that in my opinion or what I believe. You cannot give your opinion. You cannot be biased. You have to take all the aspect of something. You may want to create a database or a spreadsheet to organize your data. Maybe because you are going to do about this cricket thing. So you will not go for 1 year data, right? You will go with the data of at least 20 years, maybe 10 years, 30 years, 50 years. So that organizing data is important. And for that, you can use Excel and Access may be useful. Software is also available for the quantitative and qualitative analysis. Qualitative, interpretative analysis, quantitative related to data, where you are only focusing on the facts and figures. Now, data interpretation, it refers to process of using diverse analytical method to review data and arrive at a relevant conclusion. The interpretation of data helps researchers to categorize, manipulate, and summarize the information in order to answer critical questions. So you are again and again interpreting the question as well, and you are answering them in your thesis. You are not writing any question, you are just giving the citations with different references. The importance of data interpretation. Can you read this one, Tarini?
Yes, ma'am. The importance of data interpretation. Data is very likely to arrive from multiple sources and has a tendency to enter the analysis process with haphazard ordering. Data analysis tends to be extremely subjective. That is to say, the nature and goal of interpretation will vary from business to business, likely correlating to the type and data being analyzed. The two broadest and most common categories are quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis.
See, data is everything that you are going to find out before starting your thesis. How you can give evidence with data? It can be figurative, that is quantitative. It can be just the opinions that people have found out earlier with their survey, their experiment, their research. That is qualitative analysis. Okay, so again, it is very important to collect data. For that, you can make record of the spreadsheets. Maybe you can take record on notepads that you have. Again, you cannot write anything, everything. I mean, you have to make a proper segment documentation of it. That okay, this is what I have found. Then you will start organizing it once you have found everything. And that is the importance of data interpretation. Because if you do not have evidence, how will you tell that you are telling something which is useful? Okay. Qualitative data analysis, again, qualitative means it is interpretative data which is coming from something basic, something fundamental. It can be summed up in one word, categorical. With qualitative analysis, data is not described through numerical values or patterns, but through the use of descriptive context, that is text. You understood this, I guess. People have already said about it. Typically, narrative data is gathered by employing a wide variety of person-to-person technique. People did some research, they came up with some data. That is not in numbers, that is their observations. Okay, and it includes observation. Maybe they did some observation on the behavior of the people. They had focus groups at that time, those who gave this data. Secondary research were also there. So first focus group means they collected some surveys. Okay, they differentiated those surveys as per the employment designation, let's suppose. So different types of documentation resources can be coded and divided based on the type of material they contain. Okay, like if they had a research of blue collar and white collar job, so white collar and white and blue collar jobs will be divided into secondary data. Okay, they all were employees though, but categories. Then there were interviews also. Inquiry responses can be grouped by theme, topic, or category. So these are the things where you can find out your qualitative data.